Welcome to Homestand Studios. I'm your host with the most from coast to coast, Noor Zainab. Next to the toasts, Jelani Goodridge-Reid and Justin Pooni.
Nursery rhyme. It's not a nursery rhyme podcast.
Are you hurt? Are you butthurt? You feel very butthurt right now. It's okay. Let it go. It's all good. Your salary comes with benefits. Benefits include some therapy. You can get some therapy, Justin, for free.
Stuff you put me through, I should go to
You're
therapy.
projecting quite a bit right now, but it's all good. This is a Tuesday morning. We're gonna have some good vibes.
It's our first podcast on YouTube.
First podcast on YouTube. Right. Before we start, here we talk about everything around the league, from Western Conference to the Eastern Conference, from the Lakers to the Boston Celtics. What's so funny? And what you will notice here is while I'm in the middle of having a proper conversation, doing my monologue, these two degenerates next to me will be trying to get me off the loop and making their own unhinged comments to each other through sight.
No, we just saw you were going like this. Bum, bum, bum. And then he started laughing. When he starts laughing, I start laughing.
Are you guys like easily amused or something?
Yeah, but you.
Do you have not much funny shit to laugh at in your life? You're gonna laugh at me every single day? It's okay, Jelani.
I laugh at the Raptors every day.
Joke!
How bad they're playing right now, but...
Yeah, before we get into the Raptors and everything that they are, everything that they also inspire, by the way. But like we said, check us out on Homestand Studios, everywhere that you get your podcast. Three in the key: Apple, Spotify, SoundCloud, wherever. But if you want to look at something that's Raptors focused, we do Homestand NBA, where we do everything, talk about everything Raptors, whatever's happening from games to storylines to just debates about who we think should be on the squad, not on the squad, who's rants. Check out one of the episodes we did about just ranting after they lost to the Minnesota Timberwolves.
Shout out to Zeller. Shout out to the play-in tournament.
It was awful. But you can also follow all of us on Twitter, Justin Pooni _.
Yeah,
it comes after, right? It comes after. You know why? No, I only know because I've screwed it up before, and I've gotten a lot of hell for that from him. He's like, "Oh, you got the underscore wrong. Sorry, you got the placement of the underscore wrong." But Justin is at Justin Pooni _. This is at the Jelani Reid. The one and only, and I'm at Noor Zainab.
We already know your.
You know I am.
We know your Twitter. Shout out Noor Zainab.
Shout out to me.
10.6 at this point.
Holy, you've been keeping track, eh?
No, I just know. I just know because I remember.
Exposing yourself a little bit.
I remember though. I remember though when she did not give me the follow back.
Oh,
back in the
should
day.
we get into that right now?
Yeah, it's okay. It's before we worked together, and I saw Noor, always talking about Raptors stuff. So I was like, yeah, this is Raptors Twitter. Let me follow. Hopefully a follow back. Is kind of tough. She had 8K at that point.
She followed me first.
Yeah, and see, look here. She didn't follow back. I was following for a while. I took my follow back. I unfollowed the account.
If they don't follow back in 24 hours, you unfollow.
It's over. Well, this is more so 24 days. And then she comes up, works here. I'm like, oh shoot, is that Noor? And then I got the follow back, so I feel good. But I guess you followed Justin first, so hey, wow, that's crazy.
I say
only because we had to just put his at in the copy or something for the social. That's probably the only reason why.
Whatever excuses she wants to come.
Sorry, I was definitely your first follower of 10 people, right? That makes sense. Yeah. Oh, good, no worries. Don't get me started. Don't get me started. I'm gonna go.
We'll be up there.
We'll
be up there one day.
Yo, don't worry.
We'll be there.
It's okay. One day you guys will get there.
How long have you been tweeting?
One day you guys will get there.
Yeah, how long?
2010.
No, I started actually tweeting about the Raptors in 2018.
Sorry, so
Well, my account just got here.
Okay.
I've just been here since the pandemic.
It's not a competition.
When I turned the pandemic into a pandemic.
It's not a competition. May the best win. It's all good. No worries. But yeah, so today's rundown, we're going to start off with, yes, the Raptors do make an introduction here, but that's only because the LA Clippers seem to be cheating off of the roster that Masai and Bobby Wester curated for 2019 when they won the championship. And they brought in Kawhi. They brought in Norman Powell a couple years later, and now it looks like they want to get Kyle Lowry and Fred VanVleet. Mind you, they also had Serge Ibaka. Realized Serge Ibaka was not the guy for them on that team. Let him go, and now Serge Ibaka is also not on the Bucks, right? He just got.
The Wizards are looking at him actually right now.
I would also just say bring him back to Toronto for some vibes. I could use some good jokes or
some
food.
scars.
Yeah, some.
How hungry are you?
How hungry,
How hungry
are,
are
you?
you guys?
Yeah.
I'm very hungry right now.
We did order the Chick-fil-A.
We did order Chick-fil-A.
did.
Yes,
We
we
did.
did.
All three of us.
We're
Let's
waiting
go.
to get sponsored by some food, something out there. Like
Wing-
Wingstop.
And W,
Sorry,
McDonald's,
Ooh, McDonald's?
Tim Hortons.
Nah, forget Tim Hortons.
Tim
Watch-
Hortons. We
forget that.
invest everything in Tim Hortons.
Yeah,
so
but I'm
every
not
day.
trying to get
But-
sponsored by Tim
yeah,
Hortons.
That's true.
I don't want to
Okay.
wear Tim Hortons visor on the show.
That's so funny. Anyway, so the LA Clippers just came out this morning, and the reports are surrounding the idea that they would like to acquire Kyle Lowry from the Clippers and Fred VanVleet from Toronto Raptors, who currently is up in the air, and he's highlighting the trade deadline deals because his contract will be up, and the Raptors seem to be wanting to shop him. But I want to talk about not who they want to get, like not who's available, whatever their contracts look like. More so, are the LA Clippers okay? And can we sue them for plagiarism? Is that a possibility? Because let's just get down to it. They go and they bring in Kawhi Leonard, right? Kawhi Leonard tells the Masai and Bobby, he's like, if I want to be here, I also want to bring in Westbrook and Paul George. They say, sorry, buddy,
I feel like we should have done that, though.
That deal would have worked out.
I feel like.
But who do you have left on the roster?
I know they would have.
But you had Kawhi,
gutted
PG,
the
and
depth,
Yeah.
right? But still.
Kawhi, PG.
But also,
Plus.
Kawhi can't play half the year.
I know,
so
but
you're
the
just
thing is,
relying
like
on
at the
PG and
time,
Westbrook.
he was playing, and with those three guys, we would have got some guys to come up here.
There would have been
No,
guys
it's
taking
true.
the vet.
It's
They
minimums
would've-
for
true,
sure.
yeah.
vet minimums and
Mid-level exceptions.
We would have had a bench that would be respectable.
If
Even
you're
though we
having
would've
It would have been a
Kawhi-
super team.
If
So-
you have Kawhi on your squad, like you're definitely able to
That's
bring
what-
in
Toronto's
the assets.
and look,
yeah.
Toronto's never getting 3 stars to
And,
come here
and
at the
that's
same
when
time. So
Kawhi was like neck and neck with LeBron. for
remember
the best player in the world.
remember the discourse
Yeah.
Yeah.
about him, MJ being MJ.
Oh,
at the
Kobe,
time.
he's better, more clutch than Kobe.
Yeah,
No, he
Max
was-
Coward said?
yeah. Did Max or Colin
Max said,
Coward say that?
Max said he was more clutch than Kobe, which
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
Whoa.
I got
Seven
Kobe.
Philly.
I'll give it
I
to
know.
Kobe. Give the ball to
Against
Kobe
Kobe,
first.
it's very difficult. But like the shot's always gonna live rent free in everybody's
Oh, yeah,
mind,
for sure, for
especially
sure.
the city of Philadelphia and those people. Sucks to be you.
Rent free.
Rent free. I will
Go
always
Eagles.
hold that moment.
Stop.
But yeah, so they had Kawhi. Kawhi, like we said, he said that he told the Raptors he wanted to have Paul George and Westbrook there too. But I believe there was some skepticism.
There we go.
Yeah.
One thing you're also going to notice is English is not a strong suit.
Are you being racist?
Absolutely not. I'm brown, you're brown. We can say the same thing.
That's so rude, but it's true. I struggle a little bit. But anyway, let's go back to the matter at hand. Yeah, they were the assumption was that although he was trying to bring Paul George and Westbrook to Toronto, it was more so to create more of a negotiation tactic with the Clippers, just to be like, well, if they can offer me this, what about you guys over here? And Uncle Dennis, you little
Oh yeah, Uncle Dennis.
Uncle
yeah.
Dennis is a smart man.
Uncle Dennis, bro. This guy tried to finesse.
He tried to
Did you
finesse
see that
everybody.
when he was with the kid and the kid walked up? He's like,
yeah.
"Hi, Uncle Dennis. Is Kawhi gonna be a Raptor?" He's like, "Well, just what do you say? Like,
Yo.
just keep your."
Something he basically insinuated that he's coming back.
Yeah, something along those lines where he's like, yeah, if you're something like, oh, if you're a good boy, he will. And then fucking takes him away and Kawhi's never to be seen again. Even to play basketball. Like he only plays basketball for half a year now. But yeah, in that 10 year, they brought in Serge Ibaka, brought in Norman Powell, and now they want to bring in Kyle Lowry and Fred VanVleet. So guys, why is this team trying to recreate the 2019 Raptors?
Justin.
I don't want to hear from him, but
No.
fine. You're going to be a hater.
You guys know imitation is the finest form of flattering, right? So instead of Raptors fans getting so upset, you guys should be flattered that the Clippers want to imitate that team for 2019.
Everybody says that, but it's not. It's annoying.
Why are you guys so
Imitation
jealous?
isn't flattery. It's annoying me. From Drake. Bars.
Like when they started doing this stuff, I was a bit flattered. I was like, "Oh, you guys want to be Raptors West," but now it's just like.
But
they're just
also,
being
this is
annoying.
like 3-4 years
just
later,
they're just
and
annoying.
all those guys are much older. Kyle Lowry's
He's not Kyle Lowry anymore.
washed
He's
pretty
not.
much
Can
now.
we be fair? Can we be fair?
he's
I
done.
like Kyle a lot, and I think he's a GOAT. But I think it's over.
It's over. He's done.
He's not the same dude.
No.
So you guys go ahead.
Serge
Clips.
Ibaka gone.
Go ahead. Take him.
It'd be a waste of
And
it'd be bad for the Clippers to do this.
At this point,
Fred VanVleet, though, I will say, if you get Fred VanVleet,
Fred's still a
but-
baller though.
But as Noor always mentions, there's always beef. There was beef between Fred and
Yeah, I
Kawhi.
was gonna say
Yeah, so how's that
Kawhi
gonna
and
work?
beef. Yeah, exactly.
But I think because
I also think Norm wants
yeah.
that to happen again.
Phoenix also is interested in Fred VanVleet
Yeah, they've
too
been-
because
they've been.
they're not preparing for life without Chris Paul.
Yeah.
And the Magic are interested
the
too. And the
Magic-
Magic are doing but the Magic,
The Magic
let's
own
not
your Celtics. They own
They
your
do.
Celtics.
They-
the
the
one team in the
Celtics-
league beat them 3 times.
Celtics have lost 16 games so far. 3 of them was a freaking
Magic.
Orlando
Yeah.
Magic.
You do not want to see them in the playoffs.
But guys, Magic
Sounds
actually like they're coming up the cusp. They're doing
Who, the
super
Magic?
well. Yeah, they're only
Yeah, I've been
Magic. They're
saying,
doing
my guy
super well.
Franz Wagner.
So don't say that. I
Jonathan
think
Isaac's back.
Isaac's returned. We know who Paolo Banchero
Yep.
is. Fultz, he had
DeJounte
some-
Murray does not
some
like
and
action.
Paolo
they
Banchero.
could benefit with having Freddie in that locker room too, just having that championship experience, the
Yeah, he
veteran,
could help-
everything.
he could help
Live in
guys
Florida?
like Cole Anthony and stuff.
Absolutely.
you
Yeah.
never
Oh,
know.
he would love Florida. Why would he love Florida?
But yeah, I
Kyle
don't
Lowry's
know,
his
like,
neighbor.
The Clips, I could see them getting a Fred VanVleet in the door.
What's it gonna cost? You,
But
though?
it's obviously gonna cost some stuff. I just don't think they should do it.
No.
At this point, they have a good roster, right? The Clippers. We always talk about how deep their roster is. They are a contender when the guys actually play basketball.
Yeah.
That's the
on
biggest
court.
thing.
And they
When-
will be
But
this year
that's the thing.
still,
I was
I
about to say
think.
that. Like we talked about it off season. What are our expectations for this team? And I did not really think that the Clippers are a true player. Why? Because I just don't know night by night what am I getting? Who is on the
Right.
court? Who's available to me? Right? And when it comes to playoff time, I've always said this. You can't just throw dudes together and expect a championship. That's what the Clippers been thinking since the Kawhi PG dynasty. They've been wanting to own LA by just throwing those two guys together, throwing the parts together, and see how it happens, see how it works.
But
You
the
gotta
cra-
play.
The craziest thing is
gotta
though,
play.
about that. Technically, other than the bubble, the Clippers have been the better team in LA.
Of course, but
whole-
That just shows you how
No, but
bad
that-
the Lakers have been.
Yeah,
though, too.
yeah. That's the thing. But that's not what they wanted to do.
No.
They want to win
Yeah.
a championship.
Exactly.
And I think at this point, I don't think they're going to win it.
You know what I
And
think
also,
it
you
is?
can't do that by recreating the Toronto Raptors again for 2019 because as much as you want to think that whatever you brought in Kawhi Leonard, things have not been working out. Let's now try to recreate that same team that actually was letting Kawhi Leonard succeed because we had a spot for him and everybody understood their roles. They knew when he was out, we were winning. It wasn't like we needed him. We needed him in the playoffs, and that was decided absolutely. But you had Alex McKinley, who was there to make sure that he was going to be fine in the health department. You had Lowry making sure that no one was going to feel a certain type of way, even though there were some disagreements with Fred VanVleet and Kawhi Leonard there. But I think Lowry was that suitable leader there to put everybody in their place and be like, we're doing this for a reason to win a championship now. Yep. And all those pieces fell into place. Like everyone on that roster, I felt like had a reason to be there, you know? Like the way I used to describe them was as if they were like an Autobot, you know? Like the torso of that Autobot is Marc Gasol and Serge Ibaka. The arms, legs, Pascal Siakam. Arms, Lowry. You know what I mean? Like,
Real analogy.
and then when you add in, Justin can't even comprehend what I'm saying. It's like above his IQ grade entirely.
See, that's what you try to make fun of my intelligence. But
No,
I'm
you're
just
trying to make fun of what I'm saying. Exactly.
I'm just trying to put pieces together in my mind to see how this works. I'm trying to envision.
Then don't make that face like you're judging it. What I'm saying is you have a torso of the robot, right? That's Serge Ibaka or Marc Gasol. You have the legs, the power forward, Pascal Siakam.
What Autobot is it? Megatron? Is it?
Megatron.
Jazz?
I don't know
Is
about
it-
that, guys. I'm not that much of a nerd.
There's only one.
I'm not that
Megatron,
much of a
though.
nerd.
Yeah, that's true.
That's number 81, Detroit Lions blue.
Yeah,
It's
shout
a-
out
it's a-
NFL. But yeah, like
But they're building a Decepticon over there. It's not going to work. It's not going to happen. And also,
I'm done with
Norman
the
Powell
Clippers.
came out and he said that, please stop calling it the Raptors because we're a better, deeper team than the
Yeah,
Raptors. Win something.
You can't the rosters. If you look, tail of the tape between the two, they're kind of similar. But I still give edge to Rodgers.
Easily.
Because they won a title. You have to.
Not
give
even
the-
not
No,
even
it's
that,
the way that
though.
they're
Not
playing
even
right
that,
now. You
though.
can't say that. It's not about the end product. It's about what they're doing right
The
now.
Clippers probably have bigger names and stuff, but I
They
still
don't mesh well together.
I still think that as a team.
That's
the
what it
Raptors-
is.
So Norm, he's obviously he's on the Clippers. He's not gonna say like, "Oh, the Raptors are better than us."
Yeah.
And
But
we
so-
let him go, so he's going to have that little bit of like.
I know, but I
I
disagree with that point.
Look, you guys know how I feel about Kawhi. I think he's the only reason the championship banner hangs at Scotiabank Arena.
So do you think the Clippers team's better or deeper?
You're
Norm
like
said?
not making your point right now as you say that.
I didn't even made a point about this. I'm not defending the Clippers or anything.
Yeah, but you saying that the Raptors only won because of Kawhi is showing you why the Clippers can't win with Kawhi on the roster.
But it's a different Kawhi Leonard now.
But Kawhi also was injured with us. He didn't play half the year.
But
He's not playing half the year with the Clippers either. It's the same Kawhi. It's just a different team.
Kawhi was load managing. Kawhi just doesn't even play anymore, really.
Dude, he wasn't when we got him in
Yes,
the Raptors.
I understand. He played 50-something games.
No, he didn't play the year before either.
Yes, I know. I'm well aware of the
So
timeline.
if he's with the Clippers, he definitely has more of an edge to be the better player with the Clippers because he's coming off winning the championship. He's healthier than he was before, and he's figured out the system where he can.
Towards ACL, what is it, back in the
2021
playoffs? Yeah.
Okay, yeah, but I'm saying like he's figured out the system where he can sit half the year in the regular season and still make his team win. It's not the same team with the Clippers and Raptors because the Raptors could still win without Kawhi Leonard on the team.
I literally just said Kawhi Leonard was the only reason the Raptors won a title, and then we got on this tangent.
Yeah, because you're lying. If
I'm
he
not
was
lying.
the reason,
That's my opinion.
If he was the reason, then the Clippers should be doing something right now too, and they're not. So your argument makes no sense.
She's basically saying the team around.
Yeah. Okay. No. I
played
said
a huge role.
You're
yes.
comprehending?
I understand that. I understand that completely, right? But the way I view this whole Kawhi Leonard Raptors thing, in an isolated situation, right? You took that same roster, you removed DeMar DeRozan, you put in Kawhi Leonard. What happens? You win a title. You remove Kawhi Leonard from that team. What happened to the Toronto Raptors? Nothing. Now, the Clippers, okay, they put Kawhi and PG together, right? They got rid of Shea. They built this roster.
Oh, what a trade that was.
That's the worst trade, what they
Holy
gave up.
smokes.
They haven't hit it either, right? Because Kawhi has been out, PG's been out. They choked in the bubble badly against Denver. We can all agree on that, right? But that's all I'm trying to say. But back
Makes
to
no
the
sense.
original.
Let's go back to the original.
Back to the original point at hand, right? Acquiring Fred VanVleet, acquiring Kyle Lowry, right, does not move. I don't think it puts the Clippers up there with the elite
It doesn't.
group of the.
Especially if you're getting Kyle.
Because what we talked about, are you gonna?
Well, even Fred, because Fred's not shooting the basketball.
Exactly.
well
Fred's
this
not having a good season shooting.
I know
What are you
No,
gonna
this month
Like
he's been really
late,
good.
yeah,
He's-
because he's trying to drive that
Yeah.
drive his value
Yeah.
up, right?
But overall, he's not been playing well.
And-
It's not going to do anything for me. This does not.
And are they going to get both Kyle Lowry and they're going to get one or the other?
One or the other?
One
It's
or
not going
the-
to be both.
And I would tend to lean towards Kyle Lowry because the price is going to be a little bit lower than would be for Fred VanVleet.
That would bring in a leader. Like
A
I
leader?
think, like a true. I think
But-
Kyle's more of a leader than Fred. But if you're talking to me on the court, I'd rather Fred.
Yeah,
To be honest.
but like I said, right, or like you mentioned, what are you going to get left with Kyle Lowry right now?
like he's
Exactly.
just the experiment in Miami has not worked.
Yeah.
That we could just all agree with that. So if I'm the Clippers, I'm not entertaining this. I know you want to be Raptors West, right? And that's cute, but to me, the Clippers are non-fact. I don't care about I truly do not care about the Clippers. I don't care about them. They're not going to win a championship.
in a play-in
This is a
position right now anyway.
fraudulent
Yeah.
experiment. This is one of the more disappointing things we've ever seen in NBA history because we were talking about is this Scotty MJ with Kawhi and don't forget the discourse now. Okay, we were hearing Scotty MJ Scott. I never saw it with this team. Okay, I was never a believer in the Clippers. Cool franchise. Y'all got the money with Ballmer and stuff like that. You're going to Inglewood with that new state. I don't care. I do not care. Okay, you're still baby brother to the Lakers. We understand who you guys are. You're not winning nothing. Okay, it's not gonna happen.
I'm still dumbfounded over Justin's comment. I actually can't let go of it.
What about the Kawhi is the reason
Yeah.
for the chip? I mean, okay, look at my point here. Here's my take. The Raptors were a very good team. Okay,
They were.
I've been talking about how they've over the last decade they won a lot of games, right? But I was somebody before the trade happened, right? I was definitely one of the biggest Kawhi fans of my Spurs ties, But I felt like there was something missing with the Raptors when it came to playoff time, right? Because I told like my boys at the time, I was like, we're not winning anything with DeMar DeRozan, and I love DeMar DeRozan. I miss him.
One of the best
him here.
Raptors of all time.
So many moments, right? But him and Kyle could not get it done together. We needed someone, right? A superstar, because DeMar's a star, but he's not a superstar.
Levels to it.
And Toronto, we understand who we are as a franchise. Unfortunately, it comes with the geography, of course, but we've never had that guy to come in the door who wasn't drafted by us. So I was like, at this point, if you're the Toronto Raptors, you've been knocking on the door. You've been knocking on the door, right? We know LeBronto and stuff like that, right? The Wizards, Nets series, but okay.
Yeah.
We were close, but we needed an extra juice. We needed some juice. And Kawhi Leonard, he was available. You mean to tell me, because at the time a lot of people and even myself, I was upset we traded DeMar, but the day after I was like, we're gonna probably win this thing. Because
Or you finally got a chance.
no, I felt like we could
Yeah.
win the championship. Why? Because we brought in a bona fide superstar, one of the best players in the sport.
Who had one of the best playoff runs of all time.
So for me, when you're talking about the team, right?
Yeah.
I don't think he is the reason, but he added something to the roster that we needed. So he's not the sole reason because the bench was there.
Thank
the
you.
bench showed up.
Okay.
Other guys showed up in the finals. You cannot.
We had the deepest roster that year.
You cannot,
I will
and
say
the
that.
defense too. It wasn't just
Okay,
Kawhi. That
I
defense
will
was
say
an
that.
all-time
I will
defense.
say
But let
this.
him
I will-
finish.
okay.
It was an all-time defense. You know that too.
I know.
So
I'm not. Okay,
I'm
look,
saying
look.
Kawhi helped. He
What-
wasn't the only reason.
This is why I say this. Okay, you look at that roster, one of the best teams in the Eastern Conference during that period of time, for sure. No question about it. Run into LeBron, get embarrassed year after year after year. Okay, you bring in Kawhi Leonard. What happened? He was the certified lead dog on that team. Everybody else fell into their positions after that.
They were already in position.
No, they weren't.
Yes, they were. That was the whole point. They were already in position. Him coming in plugged him in the spot that they needed him to be. They were already in position, were they not? They had their center figured out. They knew who their playmaker was.
I'm
They
not
knew who their
talking-
perimeter
I'm not
role players
talking- I'm
were.
not
They had a
talking-
bench mob.
I'm not talking about, look, when you looked at that Raptors
Right.
team, right? They had a guy when every night the ball went, they tipped off. We have the best player on the team on both sides of the court. That's what Kawhi Leonard brought.
And he'll give you 30.
He'll give you
plus.
30,
Yeah, we know
and
that.
he'll play both sides
Yeah.
of the floor, right?
Is he not the same guy
Yeah, but-
today?
Point being,
I can never even finish my sentence.
Oh, welcome to the club. Sorry, continue.
point being.
Point being, the reason why I say Kawhi Leonard was the only reason the Toronto Raptors won the championship that year was because, again, he was the best player on planet Earth, right? Guys like Siakam, Lowry, VanVleet got way more open looks because of Kawhi's impact, because he has such a dominant playoff run. Everybody was focused on Kawhi Leonard, and that opened up other spots. Yes, Kawhi had bad
Yeah,
games.
but you still need your guys to show up. Though.
I'm not. Yes.
So yes, it opens up the other guys, but they have
I'm
to
saying
show up
the
when it's
Kawhi
crunch
impact,
time.
the Kawhi impact, and the Kawhi we saw.
So that's why
was the
I
sole
say it
reason.
helped
And
the
also,
team.
but then you look.
But
at,
I don't think he's the only reason.
But then you also look at what. Just look at that roster though, because it was the same roster before that he got there and after he got there.
Yeah, but
And
They
they
showed
did
up.
right after
They
the
showed
year
up, though.
after. They did well without Kawhi
But
too.
what
They were
did
against
they-
the Boston Celtics.
They
in the,
lost
in
to the
in-
Celtics in the playoffs. They lost.
Okay, it was the game 7. Literally,
My view on it. I'm in agreement. I understand what Justin's saying. It's obvious.
And I see what you guys are saying.
It's obvious with the Kawhi. Like without Kawhi, we do not win a championship. Can we be fair? But same way, I do think that the team was good enough. Like the parts around Kawhi were good enough, and we saw what happened. They did show up when it mattered most. They showed up in the Sixers series when we were down. They helped him.
Bucks.
They helped him in the Bucks series, and they helped him in
Warriors.
the Warriors. Pascal, the Kyle stuff, the shots from Fred.
Freddie.
We understand that. So and the parts with Gasol, right, and his impact, and the other guys on the bench. So I think we're agreeing. But yeah.
I
You
just
know,
look,
like we're
I
all
just for me, it's massively
because
just this. It's
I
like if
think,
you.
yeah, without him, we're not winning though.
Yeah, well, 100%. But it's
I-
like it's made to be like this. Like
But
you
it's a
had
team.
a
It's a
team.
team.
You had the team, right? You had the same guys. You're in your trouble every single year was LeBron. In a way, I felt bad for DeRozan because the year he left, LeBron left too. So now
Mm-hmm.
it was like we don't know what LeBron could have done with that team. Sorry, DeMar
yeah,
could have done with that team either. We don't know that because
Honestly, I don't think we win it.
they don't.
I
win.
don't.
Because
I don't
I think
think so
Giannis
either.
would've shut us down.
I think Philly would have been our problem.
Philly, yeah,
I think Philly would have
If
been our
Philly won that,
issue.
they go to the finals.
The thing was
100%.
that Philly team, I think, was
That was their best team.
That was their
better
best
than
team.
the Raptors team that won. If you think about
They
it,
were.
they were better than the Raptors team.
Remember, they were the number 1 seed.
Yeah.
And they were expected to beat us.
Yeah.
And go if had they beat us, I do expect them to beat the Bucks.
Yeah.
I know.
They would have
Giannis
beat
at
the
time-
Warriors too at that
But
point.
that just
Warriors-
shows you
Yeah.
that's how that shot by Kawhi kind of changed the whole NBA history.
Yeah, but this is just
But yeah.
where I come from. You have the Raptors, yes, like they needed Kawhi, but the Kawhi needed the Raptors. It went both ways.
Yeah, I
Don't
think-
say that. We don't say of course because you've been saying the whole time it's just Kawhi, and that fact actually comes to life when you see Kawhi with the Clippers because you see how a team needs to help their superstar too, and his team doesn't help them. You can factor in his injuries, factor in his load management. He had the same exact tenure with his time off, the way he did with the Clippers and the Raptors, right? He had the same exact thing. But who was the winning team there?
I'm not okay. I think you guys you're taking that. I think
You're literally saying that though. You're saying
No, I
Kawhi's
know-
the only reason
bro,
you guys
I
won.
know what you're
I'm
saying.
talking about it only on the basketball thing. Kawhi needs to fix his image somehow, right? after that whole
I think it's far gone.
right?
I don't
no,
think
no,
you
no,
can
no, no.
repair
I'm
it.
saying,
Oh,
leave the Clipper stuff
Yeah,
on the
okay,
side.
okay,
I'm talking
okay.
about when he came to
Oh,
Toronto,
yeah,
right?
Yeah.
I don't
Massive
think-
unknown, right?
Yeah,
But
'cause we didn't.
I'm talking on a pure basketball point of view and on the court. Kawhi Leonard was the main reason they won the title. I'm not talking
We're
about...
saying the same thing though. The same team is on the court too. They needed both. They needed each other.
Yeah, but
Well,
you're
you
bringing
keep
Alex...
repeating the same thing
You're
over and
bringing
over
up Alex
again.
McKechnie for some reason. I'm talking about strictly on the court, though.
I brought him in the first minute of the show.
just
Right
talked
now,
about him?
no, I didn't. When did I say Alex McKinney again? I did not say that. I said the whole time I've been saying that the team helped the Raptors the way that Kawhi helped the Raptors too. It was both of them together. Put Kawhi on any other team, would have been that outcome? Maybe not.
We don't know. But we also don't know, do the Raptors win the title if KD doesn't get hurt, if Clay doesn't get hurt?
Oh
Do
my
we know
God,
that?
I'm
Do
going
we
to cut
know
this
that?
show off right now.
My-
I'm just
We're
saying,
going to
if
go
we're
on the
talking about
what ifs
hypotheticals,
right
I'm
now.
just saying, do we
Holy
know?
crap. We're going to go
My
the
pick
whole
was
different
Warriors
route right
in
now.
5 if KD was healthy. But
See?
we
But
gotta
we're
see.
going to leave this because Justin loves to hate 24/7 and he
That's
just
not a
needs
hate.
to go out of here. But check us out
This is a
on
good debate. This is a good
Spotify.
discourse,
Check it out.
though.
Check
Good
us out
discourse.
on
Good discourse. It's
Apple.
healthy.
Check us out on SoundCloud. This is 3 in the Key, and we'll see you next time.
Follow me on Twitter.
Jelani said Warriors at 5. Don't forget it.